Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Happy Monday. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekend. Today, here on the channel, I'm going to be talking about all the college football players who have already announced their decision to transfer from their current team. Some of the names on the list you've probably already heard they were transferring. A couple of the names on the list you're probably not going to recognize because they play for lower tier teams. And then some of the names on the list you're going to say, really? He's transferring? Because it does come as a surprise. But I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. First, let me say this upcoming weekend, you have two chances to catch Ref Brandon in action again. Saturday night, I will be at 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia, for some SWA wrestling. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. Tickets are only $5. Please follow along. SWA on Facebook. You can type up SWA, but there's more than one promotion called SWA, so I would encourage you to type up either SWA, Easton Nolly, Georgia, or Southern Wrestling Association. But this upcoming Saturday is our monthly show. We run the second Saturday of each month. And since it is our monthly show this Saturday, there will be a special appearance by Santa Claus because this will be our Christmas show. So come on out this upcoming Saturday night to 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia, for some SWA wrestling. Tickets are only $5. And Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, doors open, 4:30, bell time for UWF Star Clash, and tickets will be $10 for that show. So still a wonderful cheap price. And the main event on the card Sunday afternoon for the UWF Heavyweight Championship, the UWF champion Stevie Ray Frost puts his title on the line against number one contender Nick Halen. You can follow UWF on Facebook at Ultimate Wrestling Federation, or you can also watch them on YouTube. Type up Ultimate Wrestling Federation. Each Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time is a brand new episode of UWF Wrestling, so you can go back and watch all the matches in case you miss a match or want to watch it again. So Saturday night, SWA, Easton Nolly, Georgia. Sunday afternoon, UWF, Colbert, Georgia. The final top four in the college football playoff poll was Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State. And I've been saying since about week number 3 or 4 that the two best teams in the country were Georgia and Ohio State, and they would play for the national championship unless they played in the first round, and they play in the first round, so we will not get to see that game for the national championship. But I said here on the channel, either in Friday or Saturday's video, that Alabama had no business being in the playoffs, and sure enough, they didn't make it. I was having that same discussion yesterday afternoon on Facebook with some Bama fans that were mad about Ohio State getting that final spot, and I tried to, in a nice way, tell them, look, Bama lost 2 games. It doesn't matter how you lost. It doesn't matter who you lost to. The fact of the matter is you lost twice. And when we start putting 2 lost teams who accomplished absolutely nothing in the playoffs, we have a serious issue. And not only that, but Bama struggled with the pitiful Texas A&M team, and they struggled with an average at best Texas team. So nothing about Alabama this year screams playoffs to me. So the final top four is Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State. Of course, also yesterday they announced all 41 bowl games. Of course, when they'll be, who's playing who. We'll talk about that coming up sometime later on this week. But for now, let's talk about some of the transfers who have already announced their decision to transfer. I'm sure there'll be a lot more come out sometime this week. But so far, 17 players have announced that they're transferring, and about half of them, of course, are quarterbacks. Oklahoma quarterback Nick Evers is transferring. Texas A&M five-star quarterback Haynes King, who started 2021 as the starting quarterback and then got hurt in week 2 and was out the rest of the year. And then this past year, he started the season as a quarterback. He lost his job. He got it back. He lost his job. He got it back. So now he's transferring. Notre Dame quarterback Drew Pyne is transferring. I think that one caught a lot of people by surprise because Drew Pyne did not start the season as Notre Dame's quarterback. He was the backup, but the starting quarterback this year struggled and struggled mightily. So Drew Pyne won the starting quarterback job, and then he went 8-2 as a starter, but he is still transferring. Boston College quarterback Phil Jurkovec is transferring. Michigan quarterback Cade McNamara is transferring. I mentioned this one a couple of days ago. He has already said he was going to Iowa. Oregon State quarterback Chance Nolan is transferring. Virginia quarterback Brennan Armstrong is transferring, and I know the reason why Brennan is transferring because in 2021, Virginia had a top 5 offense in America. Now, nobody talked about them because they were an average football team because their defense was an absolute hot pile of doo-doo and their special teams sucked, but Brennan Armstrong was good. All he did was drop back and throw the ball 50 times a game, and they were successful. Well, Tony Elliott came in and tried to make them a balanced offense and a balanced team, and apparently Brennan Armstrong don't like the direction Tony Elliott's taking the offense, so he is transferring. Also, Nebraska linebacker Ernest Hausman is transferring. And a player who should be on the all-names list, also from Nebraska, wide receiver DeColdest Crawford is transferring. You might be cold, but he is DeColdest. That's an awesome name. Kentucky running back Kavosiey Smoke is transferring. Arizona State defensive lineman Anthony Cooper is transferring. Alabama wide receiver Trayshawn Holden is transferring. Oklahoma wide receiver Theo Weiss is transferring. Western Michigan running back Sean Tyler is transferring. Texas quarterback Hudson Card is transferring. That one doesn't surprise me because he's supposed to be a 5-star quarterback. And in 2021, he split time with another quarterback. And this past year, he lost his job to Quinn Ewers. And, of course, Quinn Ewers is back next year. So Hudson Card wants to start. So he'll go somewhere where he might be the starter. In 2021, him and Casey Thompson split time at quarterback. And then Casey Thompson announced he was transferring to Nebraska. So I think Hudson Card thought, hey, I'm going to be the starter now. And then Quinn Ewers came in and took the job. Indiana quarterback Connor Bazelak is transferring. And this will be his 3rd team in 3 years wherever he goes because in 2021 he played for Missouri. And then after the 21 season, he transferred to Indiana. He played 1 season there, and now he's transferring again. And the last guy on the list right now is Georgia Tech quarterback Jeff Sims. He has also announced his decision to transfer. It does not surprise me at all. He came in as a 4 or 5 star quarterback, depending on which system and metric you look at. But by now, he's dropped down to about a 1 star quarterback. So if he has any NFL aspirations, he's not going to make it at Georgia Tech. But I'll probably have to do at least one, if not two more of these during the off season, because generally there's right around 100 players every off season that transfer. And of course, these guys have already announced their decision to transfer, but I'm sure there'll be some more this week and probably some more players that will announce their decision to transfer after the bowl games. And then, usually, a lot of times, right after the spring games in April, players come out and say they're transferring. These are the guys we have so far. Any thoughts on the list, please feel free to let me know. Hopefully, I will see some of you Saturday night at SWA in East Denali, Georgia, and Sunday afternoon at UWF in Colbert, Georgia. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.